Alpen Pharmaceuticals in association with Higher Secondary Principals Forum.
Now let us see again one more problem with capital adjustments. Here there are partners Manali, Sonal and Rupa. You are given their balance sheet. Now balance sheet is what do we find on the liability side is their capital accounts, and then we have a reserve fund, we have creditors, and asset side we have leasehold property, furniture, inventory, debtors, less PBD is given. Okay, when this is adjustment is given, how to do it we will see later. And then cash at bank is also given. And other information, what are the things given to you? Sonal decided to retire from the firm, and when she retires on 1st of April 2016, right? So that means she retires on a convenient date, so it is not in the middle of the year for this problem. So there is no need of calculation of profit share and other things. Okay. Then what we have is you are given revaluation of assets like leasehold property is there, PBD is there, then we have furniture also, and then we have a goodwill adjustment also. Then capital adjustment is the one more addition for this problem. How to make the capital adjustment, all of you should know it. Okay. And amount due to a retiring partner is paid by check, meaning what? Full settlement of her account, okay, for this problem. And that means there is no amount transferred to loan account. Okay. So let us start with the problem. So as I told you earlier, we are starting with ledger accounts, revaluation account, and also partners capital accounts. Okay. So we have already actually drawn the columns. So this is what you have to do first thing, and then what we do, all of you know that we first record their balances, isn't it? So how much is the balance? Any balances given on the credit liability side show credit balance. Suppose any balance of partners capital account given on the asset side will show debit balance. So how do we write it? By balance brought down on the credit side. If it is on the debit side, then we may write it as to balance brought down. But here both the partners, all three partners capital accounts show a credit balance. So we will record it on the credit side. Okay. So how much is the balance? 1,60,000, 80,000 and 80,000 respectively. Okay. So I hope this is clear how to record the opening balances. Okay. So don't write as capital or partners names there. You just write it as by balance brought down. Is that clear? Opening balance is written as brought down, and closing balances are written as carried down. So don't forget this. Then we have to see whether there are accumulated profits. So there are reserves, like reserve fund is there. You may write here by reserve fund. Okay. So now their capital balance is given, we have recorded. Now we have a reserve fund of 40,000, so that we have to distribute between the partners in their old profit sharing ratio. Now this profit sharing ratio is in the capitals. Okay, so what are the capitals given here? 1,60,000, 80,000 and 80,000. So when you form the ratio, you have to bring these values to the minimum and form the ratio. So ultimately what are the values? 16 is to 8 is to 8. So still it can be divided. Therefore what is the value? 2 is to 1 is to 1. So now when we distribute the reserves in the ratio of 2 is to 1 is to 1, total reserves given to you is 40,000. So it is 20,000, 10,000 and 10,000. Okay. So we have recorded capital balances, we have recorded Sonal's capital, Rupa's capital we have recorded reserve fund also distributed. Then next is let us come to the adjustments. So what is the first adjustment given? Leasehold property to be appreciated by 20%. Now what is the leasehold property given to you, students? It is 2 lakhs, right? So when it is given in percentage, you have to calculate the percentage value. So 20% of 2 lakhs. So how much do we get there? Leasehold property is 40,000. Okay, when you calculate, you can use calculators, and with the help of calculators, 20 upon 100 into 2 lakhs. So it is 40,000 is the amount which is credited to revaluation because it is appreciated. So it's a gain, right? Then next is PBD to be increased to 15%. Now this is something different. So here already PBD given to you is 2 lakhs and it is to be increased to 15%. So you have to calculate 15% of 40,000 here. Okay. What is the, on what amount you calculate the percentage? Always on the amount of debtors. So how much is the debtors given? 40,000. So 15% of 40,000 is 6,000. Okay. This 6,000 is the new provision which we have to make up to here. Okay. But already there is a provision of 2,000. Okay. When provision is 2,000 and new provision is 6,000. So provision has increased by 4,000. Okay, so that will appear on the debit side. Provision treatment is same like liabilities debited to revaluation account and 4,000 is debited to revaluation account. Then next is what you have is we have done with PBD, we have done leasehold property, then we have done PBD, then we have to see now furniture. Okay, furniture is depreciated by 20%. Okay, how do we record this? Depreciated. So what is the amount of furniture given to you? Furniture amount given 1 lakh. Okay, on 1 lakh when you calculate what is it, 20%. So 20% of 1 lakh. So what is the amount you have? 20,000, and it is depreciated, so it is a loss. So debited to revaluation account. Okay, so any more items to be recorded in revaluation, you have to check. No more items. So as usual, we balance the revaluation account, find out the totals of the side which is more, and credit is more, that means there is a profit. In this problem, in earlier problem we have seen there was a loss, but now it is profit. So profit to be transferred to partners capital accounts in their profit sharing ratio. So make the totals of both the sides equal, write the difference on the debit side and distribute this 16,000 profit in the capital ratio, that is 2:1:1. So how do we write it? Transfer to partners capital. So write to partners capital. So Manali's share is how much? 2:1:1, no? So it is 2/4 and 1/4 and 1/4. Okay, 2/4 of 16,000 is 8,000 and 1/4 is 4,000, 1/4 is 4,000, and the same revaluation profit will appear on the credit side of partners capital accounts. Okay, as by revaluation it is 8,000, 4,000 and 4,000 respectively for Manali, Sonal and Rupa. Okay, so this is how we record it. I hope this is very clear because already we have seen how revaluation account is prepared and how we find out the profit or loss on that and transfer to partners capital accounts. Okay, so now we will see the treatment of goodwill, right? So goodwill treatment will be like this. So all of you just have a look. Now which goodwill is given? Firm's value of goodwill is given. This is very important. So direct, if you get the value of retiring partners goodwill, then you don't have to calculate. But if goodwill of the firm is given, then we have to calculate. Okay, so how do we calculate Sonal's share of goodwill, firm's goodwill into her share? Her share is 1/4. So in 1 lakh, what is that, 44,000, her share will be 36,000. Okay, this 36,000 should be distributed between the remaining partners in the gain ratio. So how do we calculate the gain ratio? There new profit sharing ratio is given, right? All of you see here 3:2, and old profit sharing ratio we know it is 2:1:1, right? Okay, so now what is it? How do we find out? New share is 3/5 minus 2/4. For whom? Manali. See here. Okay, this is how we find out. And when you calculate LCM, it is 20, then it is 12 minus 10, it is 2/20 is the share, gain share. Okay, then Rupa's gain, how do we find out? Her old share. Old share is her new share is how much? 2/5, and then old share is 1/4. So LCM is 20. Then how do we find out? 8 minus 5/20. So what you get is 3/20. So this is the gaining ratio we have, and this what is that goodwill share should be distributed in the ratio of 2:3 between Manali and Rupa. Okay, so how do we get, so I have shown with the arrows, so this is 2:3 is the ratio, and 2/5 of the amount of goodwill, that is 36,000, and 3/5 of 36,000, what you get is 14,400 and 21,600. We adjust the same to partners capital accounts. So how do we write? This entry will come on both the sides of partners capital accounts. Okay, so how it will appear? Rupa is to be Rupa and Manali both are debited, and who is credited? Sonal has to be credited. So by Manali's account, in whose column? Rupa's column, 14,400, and by Rupa's capital, how it will appear? In Sonal's 21,600. Okay, and the same will appear on the debit side as to Sonal's capital, amount is 14,400, and in Rupa's column it is 21,600. So with this your goodwill treatment is over. Okay, so we have seen now goodwill treatment. Let us see the next, that is now you see there are no more adjustments to be done. Now what is given? Settlement of retiring partner, right? So what is said here, capital adjustment we will see later. Now amount due to Sonal is paid by check, because capital adjustment is only between the remaining partners. So first let us clear the retiring partner, and then we will come to the capital adjustment of the new firm. Okay. So what is Sonal's capital, which side is more? Of course credit side is more, 1,30,000, nothing is there on the debit side of Sonal's account. So both the sides we have to make equal, and difference is paid by check. Okay, so check payment is made, so it is payment through bank, and cash at bank is given. Though cash is less, the payment is made. They might have taken an overdraft from the bank and settled loan account. Okay, settled partner. So how it will appear to bank? 1,30,000. This is how Sonal's account gets closed. So retiring partner, no more dues, and account is closed. Okay, in this particular problem. And then we shall come to the balancing of who is that? Manali and Rupa. Okay, their capital adjustments we have to do, and their capital should not be the same closing balances, but their capital should be in the new profit sharing ratio. It is already given here. All of you see this adjustment given. This is the adjustment we are doing now. So I'll just mark it and show you how it will appear. Okay. So what is the first thing you have to do here is balances we have to calculate. Now why closing? Now their closing balances are not the balances we find out as usual. Their closing balances will be their new capitals, because their new capitals should be their closing balances, and that is why we have to first find out what are their new capitals. Okay. So how do we find out the new capitals? All of you just have a look over this working note which is mentioned, working note number 2. Here what is the new ratio? 3:2. Okay. And what is the capital, total capital of the firm given to you, no? 2,40,000, all of you see here. So this 2,40,000 should be distributed in the ratio of 3:2. So 3/5 is of Manali, and 2/5 is of Rupa. And when you calculate on your calculators, you will get 1,44,000 as Manali's new capital, and Rupa's new capital will be 96,000, and same will be shown as their closing balances. All of you just have a look here. I am showing it. How have I shown here? 1,44,000 and 96,000 as their closing balances. This is how you have to actually record it. And then we have to actually, then how do we find out their existing capitals, and then whether his account shows surplus or deficit? Okay. So what we have to do is, first we have to make the totals. Okay. In Manali's account, his which side total is more? Of course credit is more, 1,88,000. Okay. So now if you find out whether her account shows a deficit or surplus, how do we find out? Now you see, I'll just explain you here, pay attention to what I am explaining. So on the credit side, what is the credit side total? 1,88,000. So before recording this balance, closing balance, this is a new capital. But before recording, how much he had on the debit side? 14,400. Okay. So from 1,80,000, sorry, what is it? 88,000. If you deduct 14,400, then what you get is 1,73,600 as their existing capitals. Okay. This is how you get the existing capital. But actual capitals which are required are 1,44,000, right? So this is the capital required. So 1,73,000 is the existing capital which is more, and 1,44,000 is the required capital. Okay. So that means the partner has a surplus of how much? 29,600. Okay. And this 29,600 will appear where, so you have to make both the sides equal, and that balance, closing balance will be actually 29,600 transferred to bank account. Is that clear? Because we have to pay him, no? A firm has to pay him because his account shows a surplus balance. Okay. So this is how we do for Manali. Now in Rupa's case, what has happened here is, if you see the total, now you see here it is 80,000, 10,000 and 4,000. Credit side you see 80,000 we have here, 10,000 we have, and we have 4,000. But actual closing capital should be 96. But before this 96, we have to find out what are the existing capitals. So exclude this. Whatever I have, actually the figure which I have rounded off, you have, these are the new capitals. So excluding this, what is the balance here? 21, how much is the total debit given here? 21,600, right? So on, from this total, that is 80 plus 10 plus 4, that is 94,000. If you deduct 21,600, then what you get is 72,400 is the existing capital. So you compare this existing capital, okay, with this new capital, and this new capital and existing capital, the difference is 23,600. Which capital is more? Required is more, or existing is more? Yes, very good. Which capital is more? Required capital is more. That means he is short of money, isn't it? So how much he is short of? 23,600 is less. So that is a deficit, and this deficit should be adjusted in cash, meaning he has to bring cash. And if he has to bring cash, the journal entry is cash is debited, partner's capital account is credited. So this deficit will appear here on the credit side. As before that, I have made the totals, I have recorded the totals of both the sides, and by bank is 23,600. So this is how we record it, that is a deficit or surplus. I hope this capital adjustment is very much clear to you, all of you. And now we have to prepare a balance sheet. Okay. So let us see now balance sheet of the new firm. Okay. So how do we record the balance sheet of the new firm? Up to here we have done, isn't it? We have recorded all the capital accounts are closed, then revaluation account is closed. So now let us prepare a balance sheet of the new firm. So one by one we will take up the items in the balance sheet. So balance sheet has liability and assets. So let us start with liability side. So what is the first thing you are recording is partner's capital. Now we are not recording these capitals, we are recording now these new capitals. So in the new firm the capital should be 1,44,096. So this is how we are recording it. Okay. So total is 2,40,000. Okay. Then what is the next thing we are recording? So this is over. Then reserve fund we have already done, distributed. So we have to record now creditors. There is no more adjustment. So creditors we will record it. Okay, 42,000. Is that clear? Then what? Come to the asset side. There are no more liabilities, no unrecorded liabilities, nothing is there. So let us record now directly the assets. So assets, first thing is leasehold property. Leasehold property given to you is 2 lakhs, and there is a appreciation of how much? 40,000. So when we add it, the total value is 2,40,000. Okay. Then next is furniture, right? So furniture, what is the value given to you is 1 lakh. So this value is 1 lakh, and then there is a furniture has decreased, right, 20,000. So let us record that furniture depreciation is 20,000, 1 lakh minus 20,000. So what is it? 80,000 we get of furniture. Then what is next given to you is inventory, right? So what is the inventory? Is there any change in the inventory? There is no change, so it will remain same. Okay. Then next is debtors. Okay. So how much is debtors given to you? 40,000. Okay. So all of you just have a look, but there is a PBD increase, right? 4,000, but already there is a PBD of 2,000. So in 2000 you add that PBD and total PBD will be now 6,000, okay, because increase to percentage given, no. So increase to meaning what? Up to that amount. So already there is provision and plus 4,000 added, so it is increased to 6,000. So now what we have to do is we have to record debtors 40,000 and PBD is to be decreased by 6,000, and net amount we have to record in the outer column as rupees 34,000. Okay. Then coming to the next is cash. Okay. That is the only thing which is remaining. There is no more assets to be recorded, I think. Now what is remaining is cash at bank, and this cash at bank given to you is 28,000, but there are lot of changes here because cash is paid and cash is added also in the business. So that is all payment is made by check or checks are received, and therefore here let us prepare a separate cash at bank account. In this case it is necessary because we are not sure whether there is a bank balance or bank overdraft. So let us prepare a cash, otherwise you may directly show the entire additions and deductions in the partner's balance sheet. Okay. So but in this case we will prepare a separate cash at bank account. So bank account is prepared here and it will be like this. I'll explain you how it appears. Okay. So all of you please have a look. Now what is the opening balance of cash? We have 28,000 here. So this 28,000 cash will appear here, okay, as balance brought down. Okay. Bank account always shows a debit balance, not always, it is given here as debit balance. So we are showing it on the debit side. Okay. And then what is the next thing we have shown here? It is 2 rupees capital. Meaning what? The rupa has brought cash, right? Here all of you see she has brought in money, no, 23,600, with which your bank account increases. Okay. And then Manali's is shown on the credit side. Now why credit side? Because this is payment side. Okay. Credit side is a payment side for a bank. This is a payment side, credit side, and this is asset, this is debit side is a receipt side. So Manali, in Manali's case we have paid money, and therefore what is the amount we have paid to Manali? It is 29,600. So same has appeared here. Okay. And then we have settled Sonal by paying a check, right? So how much check is of 1,30,000? This is retiring partner. So we have settled. So 1,30,000 is paid. And when you balance this bank account, what you see here is the total of credit side is more. So when credit total meaning payment total is more, of course it is a overdraft. Okay. And when debit total is more, it is a receipt. So that means the bank balance increases. But here bank balance has not increased, overdraft has increased. And this I assume that you know the difference between the bank balance and overdraft balance. Okay. So overdraft is more, and therefore here what is the overdraft? We have 1,08,000. Okay. So this figure will appear in the balance sheet. So where it will appear in the balance sheet now? Of course overdraft is a liability, it should appear on the liability side. So how it will appear? On the liability side we have 1,08,000. Okay. This is how you prepare a bank account and show the balance of the same, because it is a credit balance, so it is shown on the liability side of balance sheet. If it is a debit balance, then you can directly show all additions and deductions in the asset. This is the way also you can do it. But I have purposely prepared your bank account because you should know how overdraft appears. Okay, and in bank overdraft there is no need to show you the additions and deductions on the liability side. This is the way also you can prepare it. Okay. I hope this is very much clear to you, and then what we have no more items and your balance sheet gets tallied. Okay, and the total of balance sheet is given there already. So both the sides total should be equal. So this is the entire problem on retirement with capital adjustments. Now the last part remaining we shall see in the next slide. What is it? Settlement of retiring partners loan account. Now all of you have seen earlier that in the earlier problems, earlier problem we had part payment made and partly we transferred to loan account. In this problem we have seen the problem which we have just solved between Manali, Sonal and Rupali, where the payment is made. But let us take the same problem and we shall see. Suppose if that 1,30,000 which is actually due to Sonal, suppose if it is not paid, then where do we transfer the same? To her loan account, and later on her loan account is to be settled. Okay, how this loan account has to be settled? There are certain ways of settlement of loan account. It is settled in lump sum or in installments. Okay, so following journal entries we have to pass. If payment is of loan amount is made in lump sum, it is retiring partners loan account to cash or bank. So there is no need to prepare a loan account. If it is asked, then you have to just show only two entries, loan balance and payment. Okay, that is lump sum amount paid. But if it is paid in installment, then we have to take into consideration the interest due for the period till the amount is actually remaining as loan, meaning pending. Okay, for that particular period we have to calculate the interest, and that interest is suppose if given to you, then that percentage will apply at depending on the agreement of the partners. Okay, now here first journal entry is shown when payment is made in lump sum, partners loan account debit to cash or bank account. If it is paid in installments, then first what you have to do is you have to calculate the installment, you have to calculate the interest for the period from till the date when payment is made. From the date the amount is due till the payment is made, you have to calculate the interest for that period, and journal entry is interest account debit to partners loan account, meaning it increases, right? Loan account, interest is an expense, so we debit it because firm has to pay. Expenses increase debit, and loan account why we have credited? Because the loan is actually the liability increases along with loan amount, you have to also pay interest, so it is credited. And then we have to make the settlement, right? So when we pay the installment, then entry is loan is debited and cash and bank account. So why loan is debited? Because that liability decreases. Okay, so it is debited, and cash or bank is credited because cash or bank also decreases. Asset decreases, credited. Let us continue with the same example from the previous problem. Manali, Sonal and Rupa were partners. Okay, so same problem I'll take. In a partnership firm of Manali, Sonal and Rupa, where Sonal retired and her balance due was how much given? The balance due was given to you was 1,30,000. So 1,30,000 is the balance due, and this was paid in 2 equal half yearly installments. So this is very important. Okay, so how many installments are given? Accordingly you have to divide that amount. So 2 equal half yearly installments at the interest of 12% per annum. Okay, so it will be like this now. So what you have to do is first prepare her loan account and divide that 1,30,000 into 2 parts, because 2 installments, no? So how much it will be? 65,000 each. So now this 65,000 installment should be paid with interest. Okay, so the first thing what you have to do is when you open the loan account, you have to record the balance. Okay, either you are transferring, since you are transferring it from capital accounts, it will appear on this credit side. because it shows a credit balance, because loan is a liability. Always liability show credit balance, assets show debit balance. Okay, so liability, since it is a liability, so it will appear as by Sonal's capital. We are transferring from capital account. So how much is the amount? 1,30,000. Now this 1,30,000 is paid in two installments, 65,000 and 65,000 each. So first 65,000 we have to pay with interest. But interest on what you have to calculate? Interest up to the date of payment we have to calculate on the opening balance. So what is the opening balance here? Opening balance is 1,30,000. And when is it, how is the payment made? Half yearly. So on which date she retired? On 1st of April. So 6 months, half yearly meaning after 6 months. So after 6 months we have to calculate the interest. Okay. So it will be on which date then? 30th September 2016. So on 1,30,000, if you calculate at 12%, for what period now? Up to this period, that is up to 30th September, that is 6 months. So 6 upon 12. Okay. So how do we calculate it? 1,30,000 multiplied with the period, that is 6 upon 12, multiplied with interest rate, that is what is interest rate? 12 upon 100. So how much do you get? 7,800 is the interest calculated on 1,30,000 for 6 months at 12% per annum. So this interest added in the loan amount, so it is credited. Okay, loan increases. So how much loan now? 1,30,000 plus 7,800. But we are not paying now 1,30,000, we are paying only part of it, that is half the amount. So 65,000 plus this interest you have to pay. So when you pay, the loan will decrease, so you debit it. Okay. So how do we appear? How it will appear? On the same date, that is payment is to be made, that is to bank, 65,000 plus 7,800. It will appear there as 72,800. So what is the journal entry we have passed here? Sonal's loan account debit to bank account. Along with interest, the installment is paid. Now on this date, let us balance the account, because the next installment is due on due after 6 months. Okay. So make the totals of both the sides. Credit total is more, 33,000. Debit total also you make 33,000. Difference you transfer to taken as a closing balance. So how do we write the closing balance? Of course, to balance carried down, and how much is the closing balance? 65,000. Okay. This 65,000 balance will be paid after next 6 months. Okay. So this till then meaning we have to now transfer it to next year. So this year this 6 months account is, loan account is closed. After 6 months now it will appear on the next day, that is on 1/10, that is 1st October. The balance shown is now 65,000. So this 65,000 again we have to pay, but with interest. So when it will be due now? It will be due on 31st of March. Okay. On 31st March we have to make the payment of the next installment with interest. So let us calculate the interest. So interest is calculated on which amount? On 65. Always on the opening balance. Try to understand this. Okay. On this amount. Now only 65,000 due, no? So on that amount, the interest at the rate of 12%, that is 12 upon 100, into the period, that is 6 upon 12. So what do we get is 3,900, and then it is debited as to bank. Okay, 65,000 plus 3,900, and 68,900 is the payment made to that is Sonal, and with this the account gets closed. And this is how we prepare a partner's loan account. Okay. Similar such account you will even find in the chapter death of a partner, which will be covered there. That is, but instead of transferring to partner's loan, we transfer it to executor's loan, because partner is he is a deceased partner, so no more he is there. So executor's loan. So full problem with executor's loan account will be solved under the chapter death. So I think this is, I hope you have understood what is explained to you about payment of loan installments along with interest. These dates and calculation of interest is very, very important. And with this, your retirement chapter is, I hope, I could cover, I could give justice. So thank you all.
Prudent Scholars, powered by Lupin Pharmaceuticals.